Hi everybody, it's Honest John. Now, the anti-abortion crowd is convinced that God is dead set against abortions. Full disclosure, I'm an atheist. But for this video, let's play in their ballpark. Now, their reason for this belief comes from a few vague verses in the Bible that really have nothing to do with abortion. You can read the Bible or any other holy book from cover to cover. Subject of abortion never comes up, nor does birth control. So since we don't really have definitive word from God about where he's at, let's take a look at his behavior. Now, the number of God-sanctioned murders of both individuals and entire populations in these books suggests that perhaps God is not as much into that whole life is sacred thing as he's given credit for. He even once sent some bears to kill some children who made fun of one of his prophets' bald head. Now, as a bald guy myself, sometimes people make fun of me. Sometimes it's amusing, sometimes it's irritating, but I can say unequivocally that unlike God, I have never killed anybody for making fun of my baldness, which I think makes me morally superior to God. So bow down and worship me, motherfuckers. But that's all in the past. That's all in the past. What's God been up to lately? What's he up to right now? Well, every year in this country, there are about 500,000 miscarriages. These are basically God-induced abortions. There's also another 20,000 stillbirths. So every year, just in the United States alone, there are 520,000 God-induced abortions. Worldwide, the number is about 19 million. Now, in addition to this, here in the United States, there are also complications in pregnancy. These require an abortion to be performed in order to save the life of a mother. So there are about 570,000 abortions that God's responsible for. For somebody who's against abortion, that seems to be a lot. But God's not satisfied with all that. In the first month, there are 19,000 infant deaths. First month after birth. And in the first year after birth, 39,000 infant deaths. Have to call them God-induced murders of children who are actually here. Now they're not in the womb anymore. And if you go worldwide, the numbers are staggering. But back to the United States. Here's the kicker. Most of these God-induced abortions and child murders happen in the red states. It seems that God wants there to be fewer Republicans. See, in the red states, women don't have the same access to health care that they do in the blue states. As a result, you have more miscarriages, more stillbirths, more children dying within a year after birth. See, women's health clinics, yes, they perform abortion services, but they prevent more God-induced abortions and God-induced murders of infants and toddlers the number of those things that they prevent is way more than the amount of abortions they perform. So, if you really want to go after an abortionist, close down the churches. Thanks for listening.